3, 2, 1.
It's 5 o'clock. We're going to call the Berkeley County Deputy Sheriff Civil Service Commission to order. First item of business is a reading and approval of minutes. Has everybody had an opportunity to read and approve the minutes? Any additions, deletions, corrections? Any motion to approve?
I'll make a motion we approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next item, budget update, informational. Mr. Alden.
Okay, with that being said, budget is interesting. So let's go back and take a look at last year. Our budget report was given on June 18th at our last meeting. As of June 30th, there was no change from the June 18th to the June 30th. So we ended with postage, there was no change. The obligation rate was still 12.9%, and it ended up at 12.9%. Advertisement and publication, there was no change in that. The obligation rate ended up being 81.3 on the June 18th and the June 30th report. And there was also no change in the professional services line item of June 18th budget report. That was an obligation rate of 6%. In the professional services, that relates to legal fees, what have you. So that's how we ended the year. And it was with a still remaining, we started the year with $15,750, and we still have available in our budget $10,986.91. So that brings us to the current budget fiscal year of 2025-2026. Now, in your budget reports, you may see a number that you weren't quite expecting to see. There's a budget number of $38,668.41. That's what we have available right now. The budget was for the year is to be $38,700. That number you may not be expecting to see is a result of $16,500 being provided to the civil service budget for that testing that we were originally told we would not be getting. So, just so you're aware of that. This fiscal year, we are seeing an increase in the postage from $750 to $1,500. Our current obligation rate stands at 2.1%. This is a result of $31.59 being encumbered for the purpose of mailing back the corporal test materials to Division of Personnel earlier. And we will have approximately the same amount of money that will come out later this month. Probably this coming Friday is when we will occur it, because we're given a promotional exam for corporal on Friday, so we'll mail the test results back on Friday. Advertisement and publication. This fiscal year, we are seeing an increase from $5,000 to $10,700. Our current obligation rate stands at 0. However, we do have outstanding invoices. One of them is for $710.96. That's with a company called Local IQ. It's for newspaper ads. Basically, we're going to have the same deal that we had this past January and February when we did open hire testing. We're going to get 8 runs in 3 different newspapers. I have provided you with a snapshot of what is in the newspaper, just one of each of the three newspapers, and that is Chambersburg, Waynesboro, and Hagerstown, the Herald Mail. That includes the design that they did for those ads, which I think they've done a really nice job. The other ad that you'll see in your packet that was given to you is another ad that's going around on social media, and that was designed by the graphic artist that the county has through Matt Umstead, which I think that's nicely done as well. We're also have an outstanding invoice out there that will be coming in for $210. That's for online job board announcements, i.e. Indeed, and a few others. When one job board isn't gaining much traction, they will stop that and roll it over to another job board. As of yesterday, at about 2 o'clock, the job board that it's currently running on had 344 views and 31 clicks. The views, it's just general information. If they hit click, then it opens it up and gives them more detailed information. So I think that's pretty darn good as well. If I may digress just a second, so far for those three newspapers, they have run 2 days in all three of those newspapers. It's run on the 7/9 and 7/13. In the Chambersburg and Hagerstown paper, and 2 ads ran on 7/9 and 7/12 in the Waynesboro papers. We have 6 more dates that they will run the ad for us. Basically 7/16, 7/20, 7/23, 7/27, 7/30, and a couple other dates vary in the other publications, but we have more runs coming. So in a few minutes, I'll get into where we stand on applications. But that's where we are right now. The training and education that's on the budget report, that is a new line item. And again, as I said, that amount reflects $16,500. The original amount we were briefed we would not be receiving earlier this year. It's currently at a 0 obligation rate.
Is that the full amount we requested?
It is. So, don't know. We don't know. County clerk doesn't know any more to it other than it showed up on a financial report. So, professional services. Again, the obligation rate. We still have $10,000 for professional services. Hope we don't need to use that one. So. 0% obligation rate at the present time. That, gentlemen, is your budget report update.
Okay. Old business, issue 2024-32, open hire physical agility written exam, March 8, 2025.
Okay, as a result of your motions and unanimous votes last month, applicant Roy and Brown were removed from the eligibility list. A revised eligibility list was sent to Sheriff Blair on June 19th with a revised list of names of applicant Cressman and applicant Vander. On June 25th, Chief Young informed our office applicant Vander had sent them an email through Sergeant Funk, the CID supervisor at the time. On June 24th, that Vander was withdrawing his name from consideration. That leaves one applicant, applicant Cressman. on the list. Currently, I think, from what I understand, she's coming in to talk with the sheriff and the chief, possibly chiefs next week, about potential selection for the job. It's still a little unknown if the law enforcement committee down in Charleston will accept credentials, her certification, so that's kind of a hinging point. But that's where we stand with her. Just leaves her on the list currently, so we'll need to keep this item open, hopefully one more month until a decision can be made whether to hire her or whether she wants to withdraw her name. So that's all I have for that one, sir.
Issue 2025-20, request for promotional examination, rank of corporal, result of retirement, Captain Hall.
Okay. We conducted the testing on May 30th and June 2nd for that corporal position. There were 14 deputies that sat for the test on May 30th, while 2 deputies sat for the test on June 2nd. There were a total of 17 deputies out of 29 deputies eligible to actually take the test. This equates to a 58.62%. Both examinations were held in the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office training room / classroom. On Thursday, June 26, 2025, Chief Young provided to Civil Service a copy of the County Commission letter stating on June 25th, Deputy Meeks was administered a physical examination by Valley Health. On June 26, 2025, he was certified by a physician as capable of handling the prescribed duties of the rank of corporal. This report will be located in the medical section of his personnel file at the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Meeks' promotion was to be effective on June 26, 2025. Based upon that information, I would recommend you folks close item number 2025-0020.
Any discussion on that? All right.
Motion close 2025-20.
Second motion.
It's unanimous.
Okay. And I'll wait till we get to the next promotion.
Yeah, all right, we're there now. 2025-0023, promotional examination, rank of corporal, result of resignation of Corporal Walker.
Okay. The promotional examination was conducted on June 16th in the training classroom of the Sheriff's Office, and the test materials were mailed back at a cost of $31.59 to Charleston. 28 deputies were eligible to participate in the promotional examination rank for the corporal. Of those, 17 deputies completed the examination on June 16th. Commissioner Dobson served as the proctor along with myself being there. And in accordance with the scoring formula outlined in the Civil Service Rules and Regulation, the final scores were carefully calculated by Commissioner Wilson and myself. And the test results were received via email on June. I'm not sure what that date was, but yeah, we got them. Commissioner Wilson and myself calculated the information related to the test scores. The names and total scores of the candidates were provided to you in your read ahead. And on June 26th, Chief Young was sent an email stating Deputy Andrew Peck had accepted the offer to be promoted to corporal. Actually, Chief Young sent us that email. So on June 30th, an email came from Chief Young stating Deputy Peck was administered a physical exam by Valley Health on the same date. He was certified by a physician as capable of handling the prescribed duties of the rank of corporal. This report will be located in the medical section of his personnel file, kept at the sheriff's office. The effective date of the promotion for Corporal Peck was listed as 30 June 2025. Same thing based upon this information, and I would recommend you folks close issue number 0023.
And once again, any discussion of that?
No, sir.
I move we close it. And second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so based upon those two promotions, President Buck has signed a certificate of recognition for both Corporal Lawrence Meeks and Corporal Andrew Peck to commemorate and recognize being promoted to the rank of corporal with the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office, Martinsburg, West Virginia. And it reads, on behalf of the Berkeley County Deputy Sheriff Civil Service Commissioners, we want to offer our congratulations on your recent promotion to the rank of corporal. And may you continue to strive for excellence while as a team member of the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office. As a corporal with the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office, you become a first-line supervisor and responsible for several facets of being a deputy sheriff. Now a greater emphasis will be placed upon your leadership and direction. Additionally, you're transforming from being a basic deputy sheriff to a deputy sheriff supervisor, an active and effective leader. Furthermore, you're joining the ranks of deputy sheriffs across our great state. Corporals, the rank of corporals across the great state. This is an honored and dedicated tier within law enforcement community. Do not take this promotion lightly. Let it be known that with your promotion, you willingly accept greater responsibility. Congratulations, and may you continue to strive for excellence while as a team member of the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office. Given the 16th day of July 2025, Dale Buck, President, Civil Service Commission, and that's presented on behalf of all three commissioners. And there's one, as I said, for Corporal Andrew Peck and one for Corporal Lawrence Meeks.
All right, issue 2025-26, open higher physical agility written exam, ready August 23rd.
Okay, so with that being said, last month you gentlemen made a motion to, and it was passed for the date of testing to be October 23rd, 2025, and the agility test would commence at 9:00 a.m. And I'll be honest, I don't know about the Roberts rules, how this needs to go, but between maybe you folks, if you will, the time has to change. Chief Burdett ended up contacting Davis Moore, the athletic director for Martinsburg High School. He said we could use the track from 8 to 9, not 9 to 10, as we've done in the past. But the motion that was approved and passed last month, the time we said would be 9:00. So we need to change that time somehow, some way.
I don't see any problem. It's still on the agenda, open item, so we simply change it, make a motion to change the time.
I make a motion that we amend the previous motion to show the starting time to be 0800 instead of 0900.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Perfect. That takes care of that part.
As long as I'm not proctoring.
Well, at this point,
Talking more with
at this point in time, we do not have anyone that has said they would proctor that.
That's on the 23rd.
Third,
I can do that.
okay. Proctor Wilson. Okay. All right, so in regards to this open hire process, the online application went live on Monday, June 23rd. And we're, at this point, we're taking full advantage of technology working for us. To date, we've received 37 applications.
What?
Now, let me explain a little. Applications, they hit transmit. It comes to me. I then send them an email. I review the application. If there's no automatic disqualifiers in what I can read on the application, I immediately send them an email that their application has been accepted. In order to move from accepted to a candidate status, they need to send back the 3 documents. I send that email to them. Medical certification, a notary document, and their applicant statement that they need to send back. And I explained to them, when you email that back to me, you will then move to candidate status, which you must be a candidate before we can move you any further in the process. So keep in mind, 37 applications were received. As of this afternoon at about 4 o'clock, we now have 7 candidates. We have rejected 3 applicants. They sent the application in, read through it. One of them was rejected because in our rules and regulations, it says no more than 3 moving violations. I think it says in a 24-month period. And this applicant admitted to having 4 moving violations within that time period. Our rules say it's an automatic disqualifier, so I sent him a rejection notice. One of them admitted to using marijuana since September of 2024. Again, that's within that 1-year period that we just adopted. Previously, it was a 36-month period. Went down to a 1-month period because of federal law.
1 year period.
Or yeah, 1 year. It went with the federal law, so sent him an automatic disqualifier. And there was another applicant who he had been with a larger city police department. He had used some supplements and he tested positive. They went through actually 2 hearings, and they ended up terminating him for that because of the substances that were in his system, so which was not conducive to the rules and regulations. So that's on the numbers. And there was one today that withdrew her application. She stated in the email she had asthma and was not going to complete the process. So you're down to 26 accepted, 7 candidates, 3 rejected, and 1 withdrawal, for a total of 37 applicants at this point in time. As we've talked, I will be on a vacation coming up here. The process will not stop because I'm going. Chief Wilson has volunteered to come in every day, and no, that was, I'm sorry, that was another conversation.
Yeah.
I've talked with Miss Aaliyah Tucker over in the county commission office. She handles this process for all county agencies. She's going to do it for us while I'm away. She'll have my number if she has any questions. I'm giving her templates. If there is something to reject somebody for, she'll get in touch with me. I'll tell her what the template to use, what have you. So I feel we're in great hands. She's been a wealth of knowledge in this entire process. She even taught me how to use Outlook a little where I can send a mass email to all the candidates that are in the accepted status. I sent them a reminder today. There was 27 of them that's in that category. Well, 26 now, but there was 27 when I sent it. One person has already sent me all of his documents, so I changed him over to candidate. So it's going great. Just so, again, you know, I kind of like to throw out numbers. There is a question on our application, how did you hear basically about the position? 20 of them were through advertisement, 8 through others, 3 through friends, 3 through an employment agency, 2 via walk-in, and 1 through a relative. So that's kind of how the numbers shake out. I'm really pleased with that advertisement number.
Yeah.
And maybe at some point we'll draw another line. Is it advertisement or is it social media?
Yeah.
I'd kind of like to know kind of which way it is going. I would say Matt Umstead has done a fabulous job flooding the social media sites that the county has. I know a lot of the deputies and leadership over there have sent it out to their family and friends. It's getting a lot of visibility. Matt has went one step further and made an offer to us. And I've touched base with the chief on it. I want to talk to the sheriff when he comes back. On Facebook, there's the Reels. Matt told me that they did a Reels for one of the county agencies, and that got over 10,000 views. Now, is that going to help us? It could. We don't know that it won't. So I'd like to pursue that. But what it's going to involve is getting short video clips of maybe the sheriff, the chief, a couple deputies or something like that, that Matt is willing to do all the work for it. Just need a couple moments with the sheriff's office to put into a video. So I'm excited for the way things are going for the advertisement and what could be on the horizon. So that kind of gives you the breakdown, gentlemen, of where we stand on that issue.
Moving on to the next issue, 2025-28, promotional examination rank of corporal as a result of Corporal Chronister's move to sergeant.
On May 12th, Corporal Chronister was promoted to sergeant, thereby creating his vacancy date, that of May 13th. At that time, it was an oversight that neither the sheriff's office nor us, I'll say me, realized we needed to advertise his corporal position. Chief Young stumbled upon it and sent a letter to us on June 4th about needing to have a promotional examination. So,
Sorry, I can never shut this thing.
you folks gave last month sole authority to President Buck to decide a date for the testing. We had originally selected July 9th. No one could proctor that, so we had to go to an alternate date. That alternate date is going to be this coming Friday, which is July 18th at 9 a.m. And actually, both President Buck and Commissioner Wilson volunteered and to proctor, and I believe the nod went with Chief Wilson.
That's fine. I'm not gonna fight it.
We'll do arm wrestle maybe, or thumb war.
Indian leg wrestling.
So there were 27 deputies eligible to test. We have 14 that replied by the suspense date of July 3rd that said they wanted to test. And out of those 14, we have had just within the past couple days, 2 deputies that said they've had something come up, one being childcare, the other was a conflict in schedules, and they would be unable to take the testing. So the materials were inventoried by myself and Lieutenant Christian of the Sheriff's Office this past Friday, July 11th. So we'll be given the corporal test for Corporal Cronister's former position this Friday, July 18th at 9 a.m. at the Sheriff's Office.
How many you have eligible?
We had 27 deputies that were eligible to test. 14 replied in writing that they would not be able to test. I mean, that they would be able to
Oh,
test.
shoot, okay.
27 eligible, 14 said they would, of which then 2 said, no, we can't.
And this will also be the first promotional exam that the study guides were available, correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
Thank you.
And sir, what I'd like to ask is Friday morning, whoever is there to take the test, I'd like to kind of gather a little feedback from them. Did they feel the study guides helped them? Were they a waste of time for them? Charleston has asked for feedback, so I want to be able to give them some feedback.
Can we do up just a little form where they could just check a block?
We could, yeah, I can possibly do that.
If you have time to do that, just something to,
I was going to say, it'd make more sense after they test it.
And we can do that. We can send out a survey. We can come up with a survey to send to them.
If you give
after
them,
the
if you
fact.
give them something as they're leaving, they've got it, it's in
Yep.
their hand, and it's fresh in their mind.
Because what we do is we send them an email with their notification of their individual test scores.
Yeah.
We can put that in.
Yeah, sure.
And that's all I have for that one.
All right.
So we had 2 promotions to sergeant. Did we fill both those corporal positions?
Yeah. The
The other one
one,
was after Chronister's. Dobson.
they were corporal positions. One of them,
Was that what Meeks and, or were there, I thought those were.
Meeks
went to
Meeks
corporal.
is one of them. The other one is Peck. This one here that we're doing for Friday is Chronister's from back in May.
Gotcha.
Okay.
It's like a shell game.
So we've had 3 and we've only replaced 2.
Correct, up to this point.
With a test.
So we just didn't list that one on the original.
We didn't. We didn't.
Okay.
And Chief, you looked like earlier you had a comment or so.
Just about the application.
Okay.
In speaking with some of our staff and the sheriff, if there's going to be like an automatic disqualifier on the application, if we could review that with you before it's sent back, just for like another set of eyes. I mean, that's all that they were asking, just before someone's kicked out, that we go ahead and look at it with you, that's all.
I don't have a problem with that. The only concern I have is what John's been talking about is following the rule.
Yeah, that's all, I mean, that's the only thing that they asked me to go and bring up today was that.
I ask why?
Just to make sure that something's not done by accident, that's all, just like 2 sets of eyes on it, that's all.
Well, before we do that, is at least him and one of 3 of us that look at that before that
Okay.
rejection's made. It's not just, he's not just making it,
Just,
he sees that, he brings it to our attention.
oh, you
one
guys
of
all
us.
see it as well, it's not just one person looking at it, and, I mean, because
At least one of us is.
I can
looking
make
at
a
it.
mistake and, go and overlook something by accident. and
Understood, I agree with
I
that.
just thought maybe more than one person, but since you guys are telling me that, then I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, it-
I'm just,
He's not just looking at it, and just, he's sending it out to at least one of the 3 of us, if not all of us,
I'll let
to
them
look
know.
at.
Okay, well, then I'll be fine with that myself, personally. Just out of curiosity, that that prior law enforcement, what was he booted for? Was it steroids or something, or
What was?
you guys
Get his
remember?
name.
I'm
Yeah.
just curious.
Oh, you told me it was in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was having some chronic pain. He went to, what his story is, he went to GNC and obtained a medication. The guy that owns GNC or manages GNC came in and testified.
GNC?
GNC.
Okay,
You know,
that's over the counter stuff.
yes. He comes in at his hearing and testifies and says, we don't sell such a product under that. This boy's saying he got the stuff from him. It's a Schedule II narcotic.
Oh, okay,
He didn't have a prescription for it.
okay,
So they dismissed him. He appealed it. They held a second hearing. They dismissed him again.
okay.
They upheld it. So and that's, we looked at that and went out and looked and seen what it was. And I can't remember the name of the drug. Decabalin. Yeah, I think it's Decabalin.
Was there ever a decision made, there was an automatic disqualifier if somebody took one pill that wasn't prescribed to them, that was like an automatic disqualifier to
That was
kick them out of
changed
the
in
pro-
the
That was
new
changed,
rules.
okay, okay. I just haven't read it yet, that's all.
We tried
You
to deal
haven't
with,
read it yet.
No,
Yeah.
sir.
we tried to give you guys more discretion on that issue.
Okay,
Not total, but some,
Yes,
you
sir.
know.
okay.
Is that accurate, Scotty?
Yes, I got it right here in front of me. No applicant for the position of deputy sheriff shall be considered by this commission if they have habitually used any prescription medications that were not specifically prescribed for the applicant. Habitual use is defined that is done regularly or repeatedly. Each situation will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis.
Sounds good.
That was the best we could come up with to be considerate of all aspects of that, but also to protect everybody all the way around too, so.
If somebody took a one-time pain medication, they're not necessarily kicked out.
Because that was gonna happen with somebody.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why we
On the
said
other hand,
habitual
if
use.
they're reporting habitual use, they're not going any further.
Right.
But it could be a pain medication that would disqualify.
Yeah, yeah,
That's exactly right.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not a,
Oh, yeah,
not
narcotic.
it's not an
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tylenol 800, but
Yeah.
if it's something that's illegal, yeah,
Right,
then that could.
okay. Well, thank you all.
And just so you know, when, I'll give you the example. The one individual that was disqualified for the marijuana use, after careful review, we regret to inform you that you are unable to move forward with your application at this time. As noted on your application, you disclosed your last use of marijuana was in September of 2024. Per the Berkeley County Sheriff's Civil Service Commission's current rules and regulations, section such and such, such and such. Refusal to examine or certify, 71410D, for a period of at least 12 months prior to application, an applicant cannot have used any marijuana, synthetic or natural. This includes medical marijuana. So we tell them, we cite the ones that have been rejected where in the rules and regulations.
Yeah, we just got rid of somebody on this, in this last thing that before his polygraph, he let us know that he's smoked marijuana about 100,000 times in his lifetime, so he was
And that was actually a number that he,
100,000.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
He's being honest.
I guess he was counting.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a limit, but it can't be that high.
You got that right.
All right, so that's the conclusion, that we're on to new business, correct? Which is the application, by the way. That's the new business we're on to right now. 2025-0030, application revision for deputy sheriff to coincide with revised rules. Ready?
Yes, sir. We took time to look over the application, and the whole intent was to make sure that the application was in line with our new rules and regulations. I went down through and looked at all the stuff, sent the suggestions to John so he could look it over and everything, and he put it out there in the form. It really wasn't a lot of changes. It was more dealing with the drugs and anything, but what I did is I listed all the information, and I quoted the rules and regulations as to where each thing we was looking at, so we came up with the form. President Buck did point out one thing, we got to change the application revised date.
We will.
We missed that one, so we'll have to change that when we,
But keep in
finalize
mind, an applicant, what you see here is an application, the applicant does not see there.
Okay.
What comes to them, or what they have, is this.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but yes,
if you look at the one where it shows the changes, you'll see most of it's highlighted, I believe, in blue, the changes that I made. I did add a little bit like, are you a veteran? Since there is a veteran's preference, I did put that in there so if they could tell us. But if you look on page 2, I think it starts right about, are you addicted to the habitual use of intoxicating liquors or drugs? From there down, I started making a few changes to coincide with what our rules said. And then that pretty much the rest of that was about the same. I just included the references in the rules, so if anybody had any questions, they know right where it come from. I think that now brings it online with what our current rules and regulations stipulate.
All right. We have a motion to adopt these changes.
I move that we adopt the new application, provided we revise the
Yeah.
revision date.
I second that motion.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So that business is done. They are adopted. And that item can close. Let's see. And we're now to announcements. Next meeting.
announcements or items from the floor?
We didn't call for items from the floor. It's not on the agenda. Items from the floor? Mr. Floor?
All right,
You good? Okay.
okay. Announcements, again, the next meeting of the Civil Service Commission will be scheduled for Wednesday, August 27th at 5 p.m. That is a change as approved by you folks last month. It was originally scheduled for the 20th. We slipped it to the 27th. And I did update the yearly calendar scheduling meeting that is posted out on our webpage for that to reflect the 27th.
Better write that down.
And speaking of the civil service page, we have updated the civil service page with the new rules and regulations. They are out there for anybody to see. Also updated on the civil service page is the study guides are out there. So a new hire person from the 23rd, it's out there for them to review. Plus, when I email them information, I provide them that study guide via email. But deputies that's testing for corporals or sergeant, lieutenant, whatever, it's out there on our civil service webpage for all to view. Commissioner Wilson alluded to maybe we could do that last month, and we did do that.
Good.
So it's out there.
Got a question for you, sir. When are you on vacation? And the reason I'm asking is this: when's the last time somebody can get an agenda item to you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
He looked at me and I thought,
See account. Okay, so the meeting,
Because you'd have to post.
I will have to post it. I'll need any agenda item by noon on August 21st. By noon on August 24th, first. I come back to work on August 18th. And I will work that agenda and get it out and what have you.
All right. Any other
By noon,
announcements?
August 21st.
Your
Anything for the
vacation-
good of the order? Any motion to recess?
Move we adjourn.
A second motion?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
At 5:45.